We're going to call to order the regular city council meeting for October 20th, 2021. I'd ask that everyone would stand for Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll have invocation by Old Lady McDowell. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord God, we thank you for blessing us in the favor of you to come to this council family. Bless the city of Markham, bless each and every elected official that stands before you today. Bless us that we do everything in a decent and order. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Alderman Barron,
Present.
Alderman Lady Hampton Hauser, present. Alderman Lady McDowell, present. Alderman Jones,
Present.
Okay. Approval of minutes for regular city council meeting minutes for October 6, 2021.
I make a motion that we approve regular city council minutes to do for October 6, 2021. Second.
Motion by Old Lady McDowell, second by Old Lady Hampton for approval of regular city council meeting minutes for October 6, 2021. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Lady McDowell. Yes. Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Lady Hampton House. Yes. Motion carries.
Authorization, claims, and accounts, the bill list.
Yes, Mayor, I make a motion that will approve the authorization of claims and accounts invoice payment for October 20th, 2021, which reads as follows. Corporate, $563,773.45. Water and sewer, $8,610.97. Solid waste, $113,478.91. Motor fuel, $77,791.77. Markham Senior Living Complex, $21,855.63. Road rate, $10,639.63. Zero tolerance, $2,600. Tip debit business card, $42,440 even, which gives us a total of $863,964.16. With manual checks included, which totals $13,205.60, which gives us a grand total of $877,169.76.
Second.
Motion by Old Lady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for authorization, claims and accounts, the bill list for approval. Question?
Yes. Page 7, Markham.
Water maintenance. That is for sound equipment that's being replaced in the building.
Okay, great. I drove it the other day, and I love what you're doing with Chef Pointing. I went to walk around the concrete work. Great job. I mean, you really make improvements on that building over there.
Well, we're getting there. You just saved some of my report.
Oh, okay.
Good. All right. Okay, good. Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Roll call?
Alderman Lady McDowell. Yes. Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Lady Hampton House. Yes. Motion carries.
Okay, no special presentations this evening. We'll go right over to City Attorney's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, members of the public who expect the city attorney's report. It appears under paragraph 8. Starting off with 8A, we have a proposed resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and declaration of a continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, October 20th, 2021.
Mayor Ekpawa.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 21-R-655. A resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and declaration of the continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications in-person meeting in response to COVID-19, October 20th, 2021.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman McDowell for approval of resolution for extension and renewal of reproclamation and declaration of the continued local state of emergency as read. This is roll call.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Lady McDowell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Next, under 8B, we have a proposed resolution by the city of Markham requesting to participate in the no cash bid program.
Mayor Ekpawa.
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve resolution 21-R-656. A resolution by the city of Markham requesting participation in a no cash bid program.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Lady McDowell for resolution by the city of Markham requesting to participate in the no cash bid process. This is also roll call.
Alderman Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carries.
Was there questions?
No, it was resolution.
Okay.
We can discuss if you have someone to report.
I would just, is this just that one building or whole building in,
No, actually, it's for the whole program.
okay,
It's got several listings, but there's more than several on that document.
okay. Is this what you just gave me? The one?
Yeah, that, and I think there's even more than that encompasses the resolution itself.
Okay,
So there should be more than that.
okay.
Okay. We'll make sure you get all of them.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, we can give you all of them. Okay, attorney.
Next, we have under 8C and 8D. These are going to be related to Thornton's LLC. Moving on to 8C, there's a proposed resolution authorizing the execution of a municipal motor fuel tax revenue sharing agreement between the city of Markham and Thornton's LLC. And if I may, Mr. Mayor, just a moment to talk about this, and I will pass it to you.
Yes.
This is in reference to ongoing discussions concerning exactly as the state's municipal motor fuel tax revenue sharing agreement with the city and Thornton's LLC's proposed development at 159th and Kedzie. Now, contained in the resolution, I have had an opportunity to work with Thornton's on this. Specifically, Mr. Zofsky, who appears here this evening, and the agreement is listed as Exhibit A. There are a couple of sections that we certainly have questions we'd like to address, but one of the more important aspects of this is in relation to vacating, the vacant land at Troy Avenue Northwest 159th Street, which will ultimately become part of the Thornton's development there at the corner. There were two appraisals that were done. One that was done by Thornton's recently, and of course, one done by the city of Markham. One of the appraisals indicated value on page 3 of being 70,000, and then another one by the city of Markham indicates a value of the property of 90,000. Now, the reason that becomes important is because in order to finalize the number that we're going to agree upon with respect to assistance, economic assistance for work and construction areas on behalf of this assistant. It appears in section 3. So hopefully everyone brought their documents this evening attached to the resolution. And specifically, and I'll end, the amount that was listed, and I spoke with Mr. Sasaki about this, under 3.08, where it talks about the estimate of cost, it's listed as being $1,600,000. Now, that number, it should be reflected as including the construction cost as well as the amount that will be forthcoming, depending on what you agree on, as being the value of the vacant land. So once we add the original number and Mr. Sasaki, you correct me if I'm wrong, I think the amount is $1,450,000. So I'm giving a signal that that is the number. Now, there's also the figure that we added to that of the actual appraisal, whether it be 70 or 90, and to the 1.45 million. So the 1.6 is listed as an approximation in two spots, 3.08 and 4.02. So we just need to simplify that number, and that's the reason why we need to deal with the appraised value of the property before we deal with the resolution, of course, the ordinance concerning Class 8. So at this point, I'll ask the mayor for any other statements, comments on this, and hold up until such conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Attorney. I was going to say, thanks for doing Attorney 101, 2, and 3 for us. Because I was going to make it much simpler than that. But that's okay. It's good. That's good. That's good. I like the kid a little bit, but in all seriousness, we have appraised property with 2 appraisals for our interest to this street, and what its value is. It's pretty simple, I think, to some degree, in terms of the value. When you have 2 appraisals, we just go right and to the 2 of them and divide them pretty much and come down the middle. And so be my recommendation, unless the council sees different, that to move the project along before we vote on anything with them tonight about taxation in terms of the Class 8 and things like that with the county, that we tell them what we pretty much want to do with the property. One value 70, one 90, 80 is in the middle. Pretty simple math to me, but you all are the council. What's your pleasure? What do you think, your consensus to ask for the property?
Yeah, I think that that's kind of like a little minor. I think we split right down the middle. I think it will be that it's for the city, we go ahead and go with the 80, because the 70, 90, 80. So I think that's gonna be awesome. We can go ahead and get that bid into that 80. I think it's gonna be an excellent project for the city of Markham as well. It's gonna actually benefit us 100%. Little competition too.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, I think that 80 would be good.
Anybody else? Alderman Jones, Alderman Lady McDowell, Alderman Barron.
80. We had bid for 70,000, we had bid for.
We're kind of splitting the difference.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alderman Jones, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I'm just glad we're getting some for it. So I'm happy.
Okay.
Jimmy.
All right. Okay. Yeah, nothing's free.
Nothing's free.
All right. Alderman Barron, where you at on this?
My only question, this is Alder Lady McDowell's ward, so I was going to follow her cue. So Alderwoman McDowell, do you have a recommendation?
I just gave my recommendation that we go here with the 80.
Okay. That's pretty much a consensus.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Alderman. We'll go ahead then, and that's what we'll take with Got you then. Okay. Thank you, Attorney. We can proceed on then.
All right, then, well, with that in mind, then the only thing we need to do is firm up the number that I indicated, it's in 3.08 and 4.02.
Okay, there you go.
Right, but beyond that, you do have the resolution as presented, and I'll read it again, just for the record.
Okay.
This is a proposed resolution authorizing the execution of a municipal motor fuel tax revenue sharing agreement between the city of Markham and Thornton's LLC.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 21-23 14, the resolution authorizing.
Yes, yes.
657.
Second,
Motion by Alderman McDowell, second by Alderman Barron to approve resolution authorize the execution of the municipal motor fuel tax revenue sharing agreement between City of Markham and Thornton's LLC. And this is a resolution, so it's roll call.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
yes.
motion carried.
Next, we have under 8D, a proposed ordinance consenting to the Cook County Class 8 property tax incentive for the following permanent index numbers totaling approximately exactly 22 lots. Located at 3348 West 159th Street here at Markham, being developed by Thornton's LLC. For further information, if you look inside either of the appraisals, you'll see the overview Google map indicating the location of all of those teams. And let's see if I'm pushing the zero.
No.
22. All right.
You can just reference them some kind of way in your, I mean, when they go to do the motion, they can reference them in the permanent numbers in a different manner. No, I don't think that's necessary, just because they're pretty much in sequence anyway. Just go from the first to the last. Oh, they're not, I see they're not now. Well, so, no. Whoever's gonna make the motion can read them. We just read them once, so we gotta read them into the record, I think.
I make a motion.
Yeah, if you read them now, then
Let me
you
go ahead and read them now.
read them now,
Okay, let me start here.
and then we'll take them, and then we'll take them as read, whoever does the motion.
All right, let me
Okay.
start again. With respect to 8D, proposed ordinance consenting to Cook County Class 8 property tax incentive, permanent index numbers 28-13-325-043-0000. 28-13-324-016-000. 28-13-324-017-0000. 28-324-018-0000. 28-324-019-0000. 28-13-324-020-0000. 28-13-324-021-0000. 28-13-324-022-0000. 28-13-324-023-0000. 28-13-324-033-0000. 28-13-324-034-0000. 28-13-324-037-0000, 28-13-324-038-0000, 28-13-324-039-0000, 28-13-324-040-0000, 28-13-324-041-0000, 28-13-324-042-0000, 28-13-324-043-0000, 28-13-324-044-0000, located at 3348 West 159th Street, Markham, being developed by Thornton LLC.
That's a mouthful.
Okay. For this ordinance,
I'll make a motion that we waive the 40-hour reading on number 2342.
You gotta waive the reading.
that's what, yeah, she did.
Oh,
She did. 2313, 2313.
If you read all the numbers, you don't have to read it, correct?
As read,
As read.
yes. So,
For
Second.
location at 3348 West 159th Street in Markham, Illinois, 60428, being developed by Thornton LLC.
second,
motion by Alder Lady McDowell, second by Alderman Barron to waive reading for ordinance consenting for Cook County Class A property tax incentive as read.
I make a motion that.
We got to do roll call.
Alderman Barron,
yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I make a motion that we approve on number 21-R-2313 as motion was read for the tax incentive for the Cook County Class 8 tax incentive permanent index numbers located at 3348 West 159th Street in Markham, Illinois, 60428, being developed by Thornton LLC.
Second,
Motion by Alderman Lady McDowell, second by Alderman Barron for approval of ordinance consenting to Cook County Class A property tax incentive as read. Question? Roll call?
Alder Lady Hampton Hauser,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, members of the public, expect clarification. On the agenda, I noticed listed approximately 19. I see 3 that we need to add to that, and if I may, and that would be 28-13-325-045-0000, 28-13-324-014-0000, And then 28-13-324-015-0000. And that concludes and adds up to a total of 22. So that's what we have here. That's what's exactly on the ordinance.
Okay, so
So
you
just
read it
22
in?
of them? Is it 22?
Yes, it should be 22. If you take a look at the ordinance that was prepared, so it's just a couple that need to be added.
Okay.
To the agenda, but
No
it's on
problem.
22.
Does it have, no action needs to be
No,
taken?
no action taken, that's what's in the ordinance. So I'm just reading it. Okay, other than that, now we move down to 8D. I have no matters concerning insurance unless there are questions about insurance. 8D? 8D. Right. I have
Yeah,
nothing.
You
under
just
that.
got I, right?
Right.
Okay.
We're down to 8.
All right.
Right, I have nothing under E, nothing under F, and nothing under G. So if I move down to 8H litigation, and it's listed.
Oh, yeah, so we're just moving the vote. We've discussed these.
All right, so we have under 8H, first, 8H.
It's I, the amended agenda made it I.
Oh, did, okay.
Yes,
All right,
so
I've got
that's okay. You're down to your last two here anyway.
it. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah.
The numerical, I
I'm
mean,
sorry, just 8I, okay, on the amended agenda.
yes,
All right, 8I.
yeah, those two items.
Okay, just
We
those
just-
two items.
Yeah, we
And under
just,
litigation, we have settlement of annual briefs, 2020 L 5112.
okay, we just need a motion to approve to settle.
I'm sorry, say it again.
We need a motion to approve to settle. These are what we discussed in executive session last council meeting.
Yes, Mayor, I make a motion that we approve and settle according to our last city council meeting and closed session settlement, Anthony Reed. I have two more.
Yeah, we'll do one at a time.
Okay.
If I may, just to confirm, and to clarify for the record, that the motion being include the approval of the settlement agreement as discussed in previously in executive session, and direction to Corporation Council to effectuate any orders or settlement of same.
Okay, we can take that verbatim from. You can,
Revise the approval.
well, you can take verbatim what he said, and we can take that into the record.
Verbatim from attorney
As stated.
as stated.
Yes, as stated,
As stated.
yes. Okay. So it's a motion,
So that's the motion on the floor.
Second,
motion by Alderman Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for settlement agreement for Anthony Reese 2020 L 5112 as stated. Question. Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
No.
Alder Lady Hampton Houser,
Yes.
Alder Lady McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
yes.
motion carried.
Next, we have under 8I, settlement of Tornado Walker, 2021, CB 2785.
Mayor, I make a motion per stated from attorney that we approve the settlement of Tornado Walker 2021 CB 2785.
Second,
Motion by Alderman Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to settle for settlement of Tornado Walker 2021 CV 2785 as stated. Question. Roll call?
Alderlady McDowell. Alderlady Hampton Houses.
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
No.
Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, that is all that I have.
Okay. Thank you very much. Going over to the city clerk's report.
Mayor and council, I have nothing to report this evening.
Okay, thank you. We'll go over to the mayor's report. I'll try and move through all the items I have this evening. One of the things that I wanted to make mention of, I have a little bit of a list, but I'll go quickly. I am still working on some pretty stringent things and working in the building department to get it strengthened up as it needs to be. It goes in line with some of the things that I've talked about in the past with what we're trying to do equally with our police department. Myself and some of the mayors in the Southland have really taken on some different positions in terms of what we want to do with our housing and code departments as well as our police. And that is due to a lot of the violence and a lot of things that are happening in communities. So I'm working pretty diligent with that, and I will definitely keep this council and the city apprised of what we're really trying to do to build up those areas in building and code. I'd like to, I'll kind of go back and forth here a little bit. I know that we had Alderman Barron had mentioned, and he may mention in his report about Mr. Hickman, who passed away that worked with us. He had a service like Memorial Day. I unfortunately did not attend. I know Alderman Barron did. Again, I want to give the family for his service. A veteran was very important to our country, and I appreciate his service. Also, I'm sure that Old Lady McDowell will probably respond with Mrs. Jones, that a longtime resident. Her and her family live on Honorary, and give them condolences as well. One of the things that has been happening in the community quite a bit, and I know Alderman Barron has mentioned this over time, we've had several areas where we've had sewer collapse. So, you know, just like we know about the crisis in Dixmoor with their infrastructure issues, I know me and Mr. Champion and certainly Alderman Barron has talked with us as well. We'll be going after different things to try and get some federal grant funding to really work on infrastructure in the future. A lot of our communities in the Southland, a lot of them, we have old infrastructure, and we really have to get busy and work on those things. So at a time, like we've done with the streets, I think we've done a good job. We still have more to do in terms of the streets. The lights, I've got one report today. Down to Alderman Jones. Alderman Jones, Meadowview got a few more lights. I think they're activated. I got to double check. I'm not sure if you heard about it or not. But I got word about that as well. We have been working on it for a while with the underground boring, but the schedule has not allowed me to totally look at everything, but I'm getting the word we're in good shape down there. So that's what we want to do, is to continue to improve our lighting, our streets, our infrastructure with water and sewer, and continue to build up public works. I talked with Mr. Champion as well to try to get some additions. We're working on some renditions of that campus in the back for public works back there. As you can see, I'm kind of jealous sometimes of Bremen Township for how nice they have their campus, a little smaller than us. But we're working on some things to build ours just as nice as well. And then you go to other communities, it really says a lot. I think the guys are taking pride in their uniforms, their equipment, the things that we have, just like a police or a fire department would, the public works department. They're standing tall and they're understanding what they have to do. We're pretty strong, and compared to other communities in terms of what we're doing with public works, I know that for a fact. that our public works is strong and head and shoulders among the best. So one of the things that I also wanted to mention, I've talked with Old Lady Hampton over the last probably few months, and I was going to mention to the council, I'm really asking her to help in an area that all of you all have businesses in your ward. She doesn't have any businesses in her ward. She does have a high residential population, but some of these online businesses and some of the at-home businesses and some of the food trucks commandeered her help a little bit, and I hope the council doesn't mind, but I'm kind of utilizing a little bit of help since you all have some businesses over there. I'm kind of throwing some things her way, and she's been kind of helpful with definitely the food truck matter over the summer and keeping up with that. So I just kind of wanted to make a mention. We're working a little bit on that, and she can elaborate under her report as well. One other thing I know that I've worked and I'm asking some help from her about in that ward is Park Avenue. I've gotten reports that is literally been a speedway, a lot of speeding. And so I'm asking the lady to work with me in trying to get some lights, flashing lights and caution lights because the residents are reaching out and she knows about it to try to get the state and maybe CN over there with the railroad to be involved too. There's a lot of water on the road and things like that. So we talk about it. You can elaborate further, Old Lady, under your report. I just wanted to mention we do have holidays coming. I would say that we all really need to be cautious as the holidays come up with Halloween coming up. Watching for the kids, we want to try to get them in. We pretty much ask them to go to 3 to 6 or 3 to 7 with an adult, and that kind of thing, and certainly be out of the dark. We want them out much longer than that. We are offering some things at the Park District as we do each year. That's available online to see what we have in the Park District available to the kids. One of the other things that I wanted to mention is mentioning Dixmoor, myself and certainly some of the Southland mayors are going to do what we can to support Dixmoor in their effort with water. We had the Nestle Corporation to give us several pallets of water, and we want to, Mr. Champion is working with that to get it donated to us, and we want to share what has been given to us and give that some of it. We want to share some of it. The other thing that has come up over several meetings, I just want to mention it. I do have the information now. I talked with the MWRD people and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation people about the creek project. And we get a lot of questions about the creek and things that people are unhappy about over there. We have that information available for people to call whoever they want to call about. We don't have any authority over there, but we'll definitely take in the complaint and we'll work along with you to make sure that you get answers from the water reclamation people. So that information now, I talked with them, is available at my office. Give me a call and I will definitely make sure that you're in contact with the on-site engineer and people at the water reclamation who are in charge. So if you have issues, I've tried to address a few of them, but it's not really within our realm to do. A couple of other items. Alderman Jones, you referenced the roller rink. I had a meeting with Mrs. Brown and one of the volunteers with the rink. Mr. Lockett's helped us with that. I really have to say, when there was a crisis over there, he was one of the few guys that gave his time to us back then, and we had a lot of ins and outs over there, and he just donated his time, and we took him up on it, but it wasn't totally upon him. That's why I commandeered Ms. Brown, who works for us, to be over that. But he's still part of that, and we've got some more meetings to go. Only job, but respectful to you about over there and try to let you know too. But I'll make sure the whole council knows. I know, hopefully, Captain, you've asked the report. We'll make sure you get those. You know, what's going on, so we know where we're going. Everybody deserves a good service. So I'll make sure that I'm responsible about it to all of you to let you know what we're doing. Couple of last items. I may lean to Alderman Jones a little bit under his report if he can elaborate. I'm not sure. I got a text that involved Pastor Haskins about COVID shots, booster shots this Saturday, I believe it is. I think I'm going to go over there and get one. But I got to probably, if you know the information and you can bring it under your report, I appreciate it. I don't have all the details without looking at what he said, and I wasn't prepared, but I did want to put it out there. And then the latest information, we all know FDA is saying that you can interchange a couple of the shots now for the booster. I know when we had the Pfizer here, they told me I couldn't take it because I had Moderna and on. So we know how that goes. I passed out to each of you, and you can ask me under your report. I can see there's most of you know, last month we were working on streets that were predetermined about a year or so ago that needed to be fixed under the CDBG grant. And I passed it out. Looks like some of the street information is cut off, but most of it appears to be Alderman Barron's ward, but then a couple of pieces perhaps by Alderman Jones, just a little bitty segment, I guess, thereabout. But other than that, Alderman Barron may know these streets already. But I just wanted to make that available to you. And if Alderman Barron wasn't here to get this, I'll make sure he gets it. Last couple of items again here. I did tender to everybody again some information. We have a business that's interested in the shopping center, and they're asking for support through the TIF to get a sum of about $34,000 from the TIF for their sprinkler system, which can run upwards of about $80,000. And this was part of what they're asking us to help them. It's a furniture store that came in. Alderman Jones, I think you may have gotten their information a while back. Yo-Yo Furniture.
Yes.
Okay. They still want to get in, but they've been on hold. So we're looking to try to see if we can support them. And I wanted to get a consensus about that. And then I did talk back with the shopping center again. They are willing to forego all of their ask about their landscaping. I resent another proposal out. They switched some things around, but they are just asking to agree with them to help get the trimming and the removals off of the property, and then work with them in the spring. I made it clear to them that we have to have some conversation, both with Fair Play and the new ownership. So we can have a special meeting, because I think that maybe everybody may want to be there for that. But in the meantime, I'm looking to get a consensus of where you all are at to move forward with trying to do a couple of things down there, along with seal coating. I don't have that number available just yet. Maybe Alderman Barron may have gotten something, I don't know. If he wants to mention it, he can. But I just wanted to try and get your pleasure on this last item with the shopping center. What would be the consensus to support the sprinkler and the landscaping and the seal coating down in the shopping center?
So the total project for the sprinkler system is 84,000?
It's right about 84. I think there's two two other things that they're paying for that comes to about 50,000. What they gave us is 34.2 is what they were asking us.
So the total project is roughly around 84,000, they wants to pay 34,000.
Correct.
All right, so now this particular company, are they in good standards? I won't put money in something and they pull out. Do you think for long term, the feasibility, for us feasibility study that
Quite honestly, I don't really know, but I'll tell you this. For some of the things that, well, I'm not gonna labor us too long, but I just want to try and give us, my thing is, this is something that no matter who's there, they can't take it out the building. So that's the part I like about, I prefer to do more things that are going to be permanent than things that they can take off with, even if we help the restaurant, we have to make sure the freezers are bolted in, we help them.
Okay.
So that's what we're kind of faced with. It's a pretty much a permanent fixture. So there'll be another, that makes the value good and someone else coming in should they leave, but I think this is pretty broad.
Okay, all right, and the next thing is landscaping. So this landscaping project is going to cost us 75,000?
I think it's costing. What is it?
78,897.
Yeah, I never did add it up, I'm sorry. I just got caught up trying to get what we could and not trying to do too much with, But I think it's 78 altogether.
So now, how much of this is the landscaping going to pick up, the Canterbury Shopping Center?
Well, we can go back to them and see what they want to do, especially after we get them in the room, and meet with the ownership like we planned.
Right.
Maybe if we do the upfront part that we're really after, which I think helps us no matter what, that really helps us. But then we go back and get them to the table over the remaining.
Right, because of the sprinkler system, I understand. The landscaping is kind of debatable to me, only because, I believe that they should put some skin in the game. $75,000 for landscaping for the Canterbury Shopping Center is quite steep. And what if 3 years down the line, so we don't want this, or they don't water it. They're not watering, taking care of what they have already. So I'm just fearful that we put $75,000 of stuff over there and they don't keep it up and it dies. That's $75,000 of taxpayer dollars wasted. So if they have skin in the game, then I feel a bit more comfortable doing something for them. Like, oh, okay, well, thank you, but it withers away. So can we get skin in the game just like the sprinkler company? It's $80,000, but we put 30,000 up. Can they put skin in the game also? Is that possible?
I think we can definitely get them at the table about it.
Okay.
I mean, I just would like to see us do something for us because this benefits us too on the front end. At least if we yank some of this out, we're looking good over there. So whatever they want to do on the back end, we'll have to try and work that out with them. I'd be fair enough to say, yeah, let's see if we can get them to go the rest of the way. But this would be, even if they take some of this stuff out, it's an improvement because it just looks bad the way it's sitting.
So you saying do 32,000 for the landscaping removal?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because did you see the schedule, the map?
Yes.
Yeah, the schedule and the map really says a lot. So if you really look at that, we can win almost no matter what now. Come springtime, I think when the flowers start blooming, I think that that could be a mind changer for us then. But it will for them too. It's their investment. So we have between now and then to get them at the table about the rest of it. That's the way I feel. So if that, whatever your pleasure is with it, well, let me know and we'll go with the consensus here.
I mean, if you feel it's a big deal, I would like to have skin in the game for all three items. But if you feel that 32,000, I'm gonna follow your lead, Mayor.
We'll go with it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's still, we got other council people that want to stay with your pleasure is here.
Yeah, Mayor, my pleasure is definitely that we should bring them back to the table and have them negotiate that as well in reference to the final figure here. And we also have to take into consideration that the city of Markham is moving forward and we're beautifying the entire city, not just 159th Street. So I do agree we need to hold, those individuals accountable, for maintaining that landscape. And so I think when we bring them to the table, we'll have to negotiate with them on exactly how they like to maintain this, this landscaping. Because the springtime is coming as well, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully we can pass that as far as placing in the, landscaping as well. So I do think that that's a awesome idea, because you'll find the entire 159th Street. So we want to make sure that we hold them accountable and stuff as well. So I do agree, we need to make sure they can get some skin in the game.
I agree. I definitely do.
We definitely need that landscape.
Yes. I had something else, but go ahead, old lady first.
I am in total agreement that we move forward with 32,000. Also, let's have a meeting with them and make sure that they're able to bring something to the table to help bring some revenue back, for what we're doing. So it does need a change, and Markham is moving up, and we need to do something over in that shopping center to really bring it up.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
what is your pleasure with this?
My pleasure is if we can, I agree, if we start this, this landscaping, at least in the first section, I think it would be a great improvement, especially for the overall appearance of the shopping center.
Okay. All right, well, we have a good consensus. One of the things that I do have to mention, Alderman Jones just brought it to my mind. They have a sprinkler issue down there about watering. So we can get ahead of it. If this stuff is gone, that'll be something else they need to deal with, because they have a sprinkler system down there that's not proper. So we'll get them on the table about that too. Okay. So they got some things to answer about, as well as I did look into the fair play contract, and I'll get you guys or you all a copy of that.
Thank you.
Because we have to deal with that too. So thank you, council. We'll move on. Thank you for your deliberation on that. And with that, I think, we're over to the city administrator. Oh, wait, one other thing. Oh, no, go right ahead. City administrator. Mr. Champion?
Yep, I'm ready to go. Good evening, everyone. Mayor, I want to backtrack a little bit. I want to give those, since I'm looking at the streets that would be affected from the CDBG grant. I just want to go over the 6 streets. Holman Avenue, 162nd Street to 164th Street. The second item is Sawyer Avenue, 159th to 200 North. The third street would be Spalding Avenue, 159th to 157th Street, with intermittent locations. 157th Street, Spalding Avenue to Kesey Avenue, and 156th Street, Spalding Avenue to Turner Avenue, and the sixth item, Spalding Avenue, 157th Street to 156th Street. So I just wanted to update everyone on that. The main item, the main item I want to go over right now is in regards to the jobs at the Amazon Fulfillment Center. Amazon sent a note over earlier this week, and they indicated that the Markham requisition in reference to jobs has been put on hold due to an influx of applicants right now. And they're asking that anyone that is looking to continue to apply for jobs here in Markham, please have them sign up for the text alert by texting Chicago Now 9 to 77088. And you should have in front of you right now, and it will be up on our website and our social media platforms. This particular text code is only for Markham and Madison jobs right now. So make sure that you get that information out on your social platforms. It'd be greatly appreciated. But if anybody is asking what the status is, regarding Amazon jobs. Just have them sign up for the text alerts. Also want to share some good news. The city of Markham was awarded a $900,000 grant through the Department of Commerce for corridor improvements to rebuild distressed communities. I'm really excited about that because it gives us opportunity to get 8 360-degree cameras on 159th Street. Also, it gives us the opportunity to have some digital billboards. We will have push to talk to directly to our police department. Really excited about this. So stay tuned, $900,000 to improve 159th Street, our business corridor. So really, really excited about that. That's going to do it for my report for this evening.
When you get a chance, Mr. Champion, could you supply at least pictures of this to the council?
Yes, I sure will.
So they can see what these lights look like?
Yes.
They're complementary to what we have in the steel poles along 159th Street, but they have an older decorative look, but they also have banners that are electronic on them, so they're beautiful. And as he said, they have alerting and different technology attached to it. And so we'll wind up with about 15 of them with the billboards on them, so to speak, electronics. And,
here's a shot of it if they can kind of see.
Can you see that? That's kind of cool, ain't it? To have that in the middle of our city, up and down 159th Street, that should be really nice. So good job, Mr. Champion, on that. Close to $1 million in lighting.
And let me say this, Mayor, because I think the city of Markham should feel pretty proud. This is smart technology. It's going to have Wi-Fi on the poles as well. And more importantly, we're going to be the first city in the Southland to have this kind of technology on our streets.
Excellent, excellent. There was something that I had, I'm missing it under my report. You mentioned, and I'll probably have to get it after you all are done with new business. Maybe I can mention it if you let me. But I know I'm leaving it out. The only question I had was any of those streets mentioned your ward, Alderman Joe?
What's that, say it again now?
Streets that he mentioned for the grant, those were some of the streets, right?
This right here?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I added to my report, actually 5 of these are my streets. This is not Bailey's ward. This is my
I
ward.
wasn't sure. You know what? I get confused. I was the cutoff. Right. Okay. Very good. Okay.
I didn't mention that under my report, but go ahead.
Okay. No, that was just one of the questions, but I don't remember what the last piece was. One thing that I was going to mention, there was, I think I did mention, I was involved in a town hall meeting with Mayor Alsbury from Hazel Crest and Mayor Ford from Country Club Hills. Myself and Mayor Alsbury went over to support Mayor Ford. He met with his community about his violence, a few murders that happened. And the mayors are, again, teaming up, and we're doing that with police as well. And should we need to do something similar, then we'll do that. But we're pretty, I think we stay in pretty much good touch with the public. So the only thing that Mayor Alsbury said, and I'll say to us as a council, we don't want to get used to. And I think he made a good point. There's nothing normal about this, so let's not accept it. You know, let's keep acting. I'm proud of all of you all, because every time we have something, everybody's really on it and concerned, and we're going to keep pushing. So with that, totally into my report for now here, and we'll go over to new business. Alderman Jones.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just to pick up what you're saying about, because I was talking to some of the guys, and they were telling me how they actually had several guns removed. They sent me some pictures of some serious weapons. For the past 3 months, they've been You know, they've been doing diligently, you know, keeping the city of Markham safe. You know, there's been an issue with some gunfire and some incidents, but in majority, our police department has been doing a great job in keeping our streets safe. You know, it was so funny because I was saying, actually, one of the police officers, you know, why aren't you in the third ward? This is where all the problems on the borderline of the first ward. So, so you know, that's the borderline there. And they say, you know, we try to fight that piece coming over this way. You know, one of my friends would say, hey, listen, you know, we look at y'all stats, and you know, we had like our homicides was in like the double digits. Y'all in the single digits. So, you know, in this comparison, I was like, wow. So I have to commend our police department for what a fine job they're doing. I mean, sometimes what they do go underrated and people don't commend them on what they do. But I commend the police department for their work. Also, I like to piggyback off of your street repair. I was going to say that in this CDG map, there's actually 5 of these streets actually in the third ward. And I'd like to say thank you, Mayor, for your effort in, you know, working on these streets, also in Canterbury, also in Country Air. You have continued to fight. And also one of my long time one that you took care of is Memorial Park. That parking lot has been an eyesore for years. That parking lot was never taken care of. And I'm so happy, thanks, what's the gentleman's name? I can't think of his name. Mr. Champion. When we were at the Amazon opening, I said, Mr. Champion, there's a grant coming through to repair these streets. Why don't you take care of this parking lot? And Mr. Champion was like, hey, that's a good idea. And so actually, that little side street is actually is my ward, and right in front of that side street is the park that he took care of. So, Mr. Champion, thank you for that. Thank you for listening, you know, for that, taking care of that Memorial Park, because it has definitely been an eyesore. But you have 5 of these streets actually in the third ward. So I thank you for your continuing work in taking care of the streets in the third ward. Also, I'm gonna let the free COVID be handled by Alderman Byrne, because that's actually in his ward.
Oh, Pastor Haskell.
Yes, Pastor Haskell, Loving Care City. He's a good friend of mine, but that's in his ward, Saturday, October 23rd.
Okay.
But I'll let Byrne speak about that from 12 to 2.
Okay.
But the also the Markham Park District is having something on Saturday, October the 30th, and also Sunday, October the 31st. You know, they're having something.
Is that for COVID?
No, the Halloween.
Oh, I thought you, okay.
Yes, for Halloween.
I was still on COVID, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yes, Saturday, October the 30th from 5 to 8, and then also Sunday, October the 31st from 4 to 7.
Oh, right, okay.
So please come out, bring your kids out. They have a great time. I mean, it's really enjoyable, and enjoy the festivals and fun. But once again, thank you, City Council. Thank you for Mayor for pushing the city forward.
All right. Alderman there, good evening.
Yes, I'm pleased to get the one street out of that. Event. But a lot of work was done last year, and it greatly benefited all the wards in the city. And it's just unfortunate things had to slow down a little bit, but you know, it's like we can only do so much. I mean, last year was a record year for us. I don't think we've seen those kind of street repairs in 40 years. And it stopped a lot of deterioration of a lot of the streets in my ward. And I was very grateful. I still have more to do, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So I'll be happy with what I got. As far as I'm very pleased and a little bit dumbfounded over what's happening with the COVID numbers. They approved today the mixing of vaccinations with approving Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. So I think that's going to be a big boost for Saturday with the vaccinations. I've already got my booster. I got it at the Hispanic Festival. So I'm very pleased with that. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I hope that everybody is supporting that. It was something near and dear to my wife, so I've continued that support. And pretty much that's all I have for right now, Mayor. I'm sorry, I just wanted to mention, a little over a year ago, we had public hearings and we approved a plan for a trucking company and warehouse at 154th Place and Pulaski. And it appears that they've secured their funding. So that's right now the land has been cleared, which is it looks very nice. It's no longer a catching every stray bag that blows down the street. And I would like to commend Public Works. I mean, they're doing a wonderful job on keeping the city clean. They've done a wonderful job on cutting grass. Police and fire, they speak for themselves. They've done a great job. In reference to the last two shootings we had, it's just a brutal reminder that there is no boundaries for this kind of senseless violence. And I know that the detectives have been working around the clock on it, and the South Suburban Task Force. So they have my love and support. And that'll be it, Mayor.
Thank you, Alderman Barron. Lady Hampton, good evening.
Well, good evening to the council, mayor, listening audience. I guess I want to start off with our home businesses that are actually in our community at this particular time. I do realize that during the COVID-19, individuals had to actually reinvent themselves. And a lot of individuals actually started up their home businesses. I had been speaking back and forth with quite a few individuals who have home businesses and doing well. Of course, we want to make sure that we can monitor the individuals that are actually in our city doing home businesses and see how we can assist and also make sure that everyone also stays in compliance. So I'm more than honored to actually sit at the realm of trying to make sure that we can, keep it organized if the council approves. Our food trucks as well. That's another individual business that has reinvented themselves. And I think with Markham reinventing itself as well, we are actually implementing more food trucks into our community, but we have to make sure that they are based or placed in an area that it doesn't quite interfere with other food industries as well. We have had a couple more individuals that had approached me in reference to securing a spot for their food trucks as well. So definitely, we'll get the applications and everything together and bring them in and see if we can get the approval of that from the council as well. I would love to see us have a spot somewhere in Markham, a nice little location. It just kind of reminds me of like Old Town. How they have a certain area, and that area is just for like food trucks. And it's still in a convenient spot somewhere in Markham, so if we can figure something out like that, that would be greatly appreciated as well. Or strategically place them in areas where they can actually make a lucrative salary and people can get good food as well. So I think that's something that we can kind of work on, in the very near future with that as well, if the council approves that as well. Moving forward to Park Avenue. Park Avenue is in Ward 1, my ward, and you will honestly think you're at ND 500. Literally, no joke. That you think that you were at ND 500. Anywhere between 9 o'clock at night up to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you will literally hear cars racing down Park Avenue. So a couple of times, of course, I get up and get in the car and call myself incognito, looking around to see where these vehicles are, and if I can at least try to get a picture of who it is, it would be awesome. But it seems like when I go out there after I hear, I don't see anyone. But I think if we had the support of the police department moving forward, whomever the supervisor is on at night, I know they actually dedicate individuals into particular wards, especially if there's nothing seriously going on that requires them all to be in one particular area, is that they monitor that a little bit more. I have had many complaints, and it's just sorrowful complaints from individuals on Park Avenue, and I'm on Paulina Street, and I hear it just as loud as that. So I can imagine how they feel on Park Avenue, and it's wearing on them, because these individuals still get up and they go to work, they have to go to a job, they're trying to get, rest. Is there enough we have to hear from the railroad tracks at night as well? But combine that with the vehicles, we have to do something a little bit more to take care of that. So I am going to actually speak with the chief and ask him and bring this to his attention. I'm pretty sure you probably already know. Bring this to his attention and say, listen, whoever is on at night or whatever, can they actually kind of monitor that Park Avenue a little bit more? Because I tell you, I can promise you, if they monitor Park Avenue better, I can promise you, they'll put a stop to it. Yeah. They won't be out there doing that. So we have to actually get an opportunity to speak to the police department in reference to that. As far as on Park Avenue, the water that's actually sitting there, Mayor, you know just as well as I do, we've been dealing with this here for quite a few years now. Trying to find out exactly whom or who is responsible to help us come to some type of conclusion on how to fix the issue that we have. At one time, it was the water reclamation. They was telling us where the water runs back this way or whatever the case may be. Now I find out that the state is involved with it. So the state is getting involved with it or whatever, but we have to find out and come to some conclusion on how we can rectify the water that actually sits from Markham borderline into Harvey's borderline, going north into Harvey's borderline. So definitely with the help of you as well, and also Mr. Champion, we have to really just kind of target in on that really tough to find out exactly what we can do, for that.
Okay.
I already commented in reference to the landscaping in Canada. I think that's going to be an awesome deal there. It's really like a deal breaker. It makes a big difference. And I agree, once we even clear out the trees and the shrubs that are actually in there, it'll make a big improvement within itself. And then also with the lighting that's coming down through there, it's going to really complement really well on that.
Nice.
One more thing. Also, the constituents in Ward 1, Public Works and I have actually been out looking around again, cutting down trees that's on the parkway that's obstructing the view. At 163rd, we started at 163rd. On 163rd on the parkway, the trees are actually covering your view. So we're cutting down those trees as well, the shrubs as well, and we're going to work our way all the way through Ward 1, of course, when time permits. As always, I always ask the citizens, not only in Ward 1, but in the entire city, please be patient with us. We're making huge improvements, but we're working with a small crew. So please be patient. We are getting to everyone, but we can't just wear them out and wear them down to the point where now they're ill and they can't come to work. So just please be patient. If you contacted me and I spoke directly with you, be patient. Happy Halloween to those that it applies to. Again, just to rebuttal back a little bit as well, Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and the 30th, at the park here in Canterbury. They always set up something very, very nice. It's awesome for the kids, for the adults as well. So please come out and bring your children, support. I think you will have an awesome time, especially if you've been there once. I know you'll come again. And I think that's the end of my report, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Lady Hampton. Lady McDowell, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I want to extend my condolences to Mrs. Jones, who was a longtime resident in the second ward on Honorary, and she passed, went to the service, to just extend our condolences on behalf of the city, to her family. So continue to her family up in prayer. Also, we need some police. Between 3 and 5, I'm getting a lot of calls on Honor of cars that have driveways that are parking on the street and are not getting tickets. Some homes are getting tickets in their driveway, so they're pointing out all the other ones that are not. And we have plenty of people who are parked on Honor, and they have driveways. Some of these cars have not moved for weeks, and they're still sitting there. If we can get some police, and the speeding is just crazy. I guess I'll be kind of happy to see snow, which is not one of my favorite seasons. No speed humps or bumps. So far, we didn't get them in. But if we can get some more police out here to really monitor this, maybe we can do a little bit better with it.
Well, this goes in line with what already Hampton was saying. So it's a nighttime issue they should be able to address. So.
And lastly, all the residents in Ward 2, we have had a lot of work with ComEd putting in the new gas lines, and I have received numerous of phone calls about how they have tore their driveways up, the sidewalks. One resident called, I went over, and I told him to take plenty of pictures. So what you have to do, you have to call ComEd claim department, and you fill out a claim. But however, they're coming back within 2 days from when you called me. They have already came back and fixed this problem from where they have tore up in regarding to the sidewalks and the streets. And they're actually damaging a lot of people's grass, but they're repairing them. So you all have to have a little patience. It's not the city of Markham that's doing it. They're putting in new gas lines. So if they have not came back, you can call the claim department, take pictures and file your claim, but they will be back. That's the end.
Thank you, Lady McDowell. Some of the work that you just mentioned with ComEd and certainly the utility companies and gas and the different lines, I've seen some of the work where they've done the repairs, and it's been really nice. They put sidewalks back and it looks very good. I do have to get with Alderman Barron about what was happening. I want to make sure that Huggins Drive is straightened out before everybody's gone, Alderman Barron. We're going to stay on that together, I hope, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know that everybody else seems, if you have anything in your ward, let Mr. Champion and myself know. We'll get with ComEd, NICOR, any of them, and make sure that they straighten it out. But they did a good job at 161 and Walkout on the sidewalks over there. If you have some issues, they'll straighten it out. Well, I'm just watching Huggins Drive. I'm watching that one. Oh, lady.
I'm sorry, Mayor. Two quick things as well. You know, they came down,
Yes.
Park Avenue and repaired those lines and stuff.
Correct.
They say, I think they said they do that every 10 years or something to that extent. So because of the weather has gotten a little heavy, colder, so they will be out this spring to do all the repairing directly.
Did they say they're gonna wait on that one?
I'm sorry.
Are they gonna wait till spring on that?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. And they'll be out, you know, to do all the
Okay.
repairs on that as well. And then one more thing as well, and charge it to my head, not to my heart. Meant to say, our condolences to the Dixon family.
Yes.
Mrs. Dixon had passed away. I did represent myself and the city, at her funeral as well.
Yes.
She's a longtime pillar in the community.
Yes.
And gonna be dearly missed. And just keep her and her family in prayers, keep her family in prayers, in your prayers as well, the Dixon family.
Okay, and thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. I know the family very well. One item to the council as we close our new business. When we're talking about what's happening with the online at-home businesses, I really need the council to really kind of put it in their head about what we're really going to do with all the heavy equipment that's being stored in the community. I'm of the opinion, very candid about working with our community and people who make their living that way to have understanding. But we fixed some streets, and I seen one particular street, I won't name it right now, but where there's already damage from the heavy equipment from their Bobcat and their trailers that they take on that street. So I'm proposing somewhere to just put in our minds that we have to help our community and our residents, but we can't let them continue to operate that way with heavy equipment. And we have a ton of landscapers that are all at home. We have to maybe give them a couple of years to try to start now, to try and find a way to relocate that heavy equipment. And if it's a dual axle truck and things like that, we have to try and figure out how we deal with that, and get it down to a single axle pickup truck at your house, but not these things with double cabs and things like that for work and duty crew and stuff like that. We love them. I mean, we love them, and they are good to our community, but we can't keep going that way. So it's a tough time, but I need you all's help. I need your input, and we have to embrace them. I mean that sincerely. I mean, we have some of the best hearted, good people that work here in this community, but we can't keep letting them run business at their home. We got to figure it out and help them. Maybe there's some conglomerate lot that we can find for everybody to store and rent the place out or something, but we got to figure out something to help our people. But we can't let this keep going on in the community. And I say we got to give them a couple of years to get it together. So it didn't happen overnight. We got to give them some time. But put in your mind, that's what I forgot. But we have to publicly speak, and maybe they have some suggestions. So, you know, with them hearing us at the council meeting here, maybe they can give us some input how we can help them. But we have to try and work on it as together and support them. We care about them, love them, that's it. Okay. All right. So please get with me, council, about that when you get time. Going over to public session now. Do we have a motion to open the floor to the public? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Lady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Lady McDowell.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Do we have anybody that signed in to speak to the public tonight? I mean,
No,
speak to
I
the
do
council?
not
Okay.
have anyone signed.
All
in,
right.
And nor
All right.
have I received any emails.
All right.
4 o'clock today.
All right. Motion to close it.
Meeting to the public.
Roll call?
Alderman Lady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Lady McDowell. Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
And finally, is there a motion for adjournment? Roll call?
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Alderman Jones. Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Lady Hampton Hauser. Motion carried.
Good night, everyone.